You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it. You know, I think life partners are amazing. It wasn't lying. And I had to be respectful because I was still, you know, finalizing, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
It was hard. It was tough. Staying focused.
Life is crazy. One day you think you will never find love again. Next day you're in the most fulfilling love story you've ever known. But here's what nobody is connecting. What happens when that fulfilling love story wasn't meant for you? What happens when your ex-husband was building something real while you were performing something fake? And what happens when the whole world watches you lose your mind in real time because you finally understand? You're not the prize. You never were. This is the story of Jeannie Mai's complete and total unraveling. And trust me, it gets darker than you think. Let's rewind about 2 weeks. Jeannie Mai is riding high. She's soft-launched a new relationship with Anderson .Paak. Not confirmed, but the optics are clean. The narrative is she's moved on, she's happy, she's found love again after her divorce. Except there's a problem. While Jeannie was playing the role of the fresh start love story, her ex-husband Jeezy was quietly doing the unthinkable. He was actually building something real. That chemistry everyone saw, it wasn't an act. It wasn't fans reading too much into it. Jeezy literally admitted it. He said the internet wasn't lying when they said he was trying to holla at Nia Long. And here's the thing, he waited. He was respectful. He finalized his divorce. He didn't jump into anything messy or public. He did everything by the book while Jeannie was out here playing dress up with Anderson .Paak. Then, just as Jeannie's Anderson narrative was hitting its peak, Jeezy made it official with Nia Long. And that's when everything fell apart. See, this wasn't just about Jeezy moving on, it was who he moved on with and how clean it looked compared to everything happening in Jeannie's world. Nia Long is a legend, an industry icon, a woman who's been through her own hell and came out the other side graceful, dignified, and strong. I literally felt like my heart had jumped out of my body. I went home to be with my son, and that was what was most important to me because he was not having an easy time. The most heartbreaking thing about all of this is seeing my son's face when the Boston Celtics organization decided to make a very private situation public. It was devastating, and it still is. Nia didn't just survive betrayal, she spoke about it with class, with pain, yes, but with the kind of dignity that makes you respect her more, not less. But Jeannie, she knew about the Jeezy-Nia relationship, and instead of handling it with grace, she panicked. She suddenly started posting about how in love she was, how Anderson was the most fulfilling love story she'd ever known. She was overcompensating, performing, trying to prove that her love story was just as real, just as legitimate. Life is crazy. One day you think you will never find love again. Next day you're in the most fulfilling love story you've ever known. But here's what happened next. Anderson dumped her. Not after months, not after a real relationship developed. Days later, less than a week. And the reason? According to Anderson's team, Jeannie was racist toward black men. Now, before we get into whether that's true or just damage control, let's talk about the timing. Because the timing is everything. Anderson's team didn't just break up with Jeannie quietly. They went scorched earth. They pulled receipts, they dug up old comments, they got her exes involved, and they painted a picture of Jeannie Mai as someone who's fundamentally broken. Not just in this relationship, but in all of them.
Dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married white man. That's what I like.
That comment, that one clip, it went viral. And suddenly the narrative wasn't Anderson dumped Jeannie. It was Anderson dumped Jeannie because she's a racist. But here's where it gets calculated. Anderson's team allegedly hinted that Jeezy was the one who warned him about Jeannie. That Jeezy reached out to tell Anderson who Jeannie really was. Think about that for a second. Your ex-husband, the man you accused of domestic violence, the man you said hurt you, is now being positioned as the voice of reason, warning your new boyfriend about you. Whether that's true or not, the optics are devastating. Then they brought in Freddie Ortiz, Jeannie's first ex-husband, and Freddie's new wife, Lindsay, started making statements about how Jeannie's racism was the real reason Freddie left. There is so much more to the story. Freddie's employee overheard Jay talking to one of her co-hosts' husbands about some very explicit, detailed things regarding another man. F stayed through a lot. She isn't being honest. She was done long before I came into the picture. So now Jeannie's looking at a situation where her current boyfriend dumped her. Her ex-husband is happily with Nia Long. Her first ex-husband is painting her as a racist. Multiple sources are coming forward with receipts, and the whole internet is watching it happen in real time. This isn't a breakup. This is a character assassination. But Jeannie didn't stay quiet. She fought back. According to her, the real reason Anderson dumped her wasn't because of anything she said years ago. It was because she caught him cheating. Not just cheating with her nanny while her daughter Monica was in the next room.
I believe that guy is painting me out to be the bad guy. He was with my nanny when Monica was in the next room and could have walked in on them.
But I am the bad guy?
Think about that. If this is true, Anderson's entire narrative collapses. He didn't leave because Jeannie is racist. He left because he got caught cheating. And then he did advanced damage control by throwing her under the bus. But here's the problem. A lot of people don't believe Jeannie because Jeannie has a history with nannies, a bad history. When she was married to Jeezy, their nanny took Jeezy's side during the divorce. The nanny testified on Jeezy's behalf. The nanny called out Jeannie for lying about domestic violence allegations. And according to Jeannie herself, her nannies don't like her. She's admitted to being controlling, to monitoring how they talk, what they wear, they behave.
That number one, there are home etiquettes that you need to have. Like, you could talk like this. You could talk like this.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk like this. You don't have to yell all the time. See?
Okay.
And you're gonna walk around the house. You should probably wear a bra.
She even body shamed a nanny for not wearing a bra, and she admitted that one nanny hated her, loved Jeezy, loved her mom, but hated her.
Out there in the streets and said her boss Jeezy was amazing. Mama Mai was amazing. But I was what?
Yeah, you're no good or something, you're mean or something, I forgot, yeah.
She said I was different.
And she wanted to pay these highly educated, experienced nannies below market rate while demanding they also cook, clean, and do housework on top of childcare. So when Jeannie says her nanny betrayed her by cheating with Anderson, a lot of people's response is, well, maybe that nanny had her reasons. But this is where the story gets really dark, because this isn't just about a failed relationship. This is about a woman watching her entire narrative collapse in 48 hours. Think about what happened. Jeannie soft-launched Anderson Paak. The optics were perfect. Fresh start, new love. Jeezy confirmed his relationship with Nia Long. Suddenly, Jeannie's fresh start looked desperate by comparison. Anderson dumped her within days, citing racism. Now she's defending herself against allegations that her own exes, the men who supposedly hurt her, are validating. And her counter-narrative, Anderson cheated, is being undermined by the fact that her nannies, multiple nannies, have historically disliked her enough to take other people's sides. This is a complete unraveling, and the internet is watching every second of it, because here's the thing that really stings. Anderson's narrative works whether or not it's true. If the racism allegations are real, Jeannie's a bigot. If they're false and it's damage control, Jeannie's a victim of a calculated smear campaign, but she's a victim with a history of mistreating staff, a history of failed relationships, and a history of accusations following her around. Either way, she loses. But what really broke her was this. Jeezy didn't just move on, he moved on up. He went from being married to a woman who accused him of domestic violence, who fought him in court, who tried to paint him as abusive, to being with Nia Long, an industry legend who's dignified, who survived her own betrayal with grace, and who the entire internet respects.
I think life partners are amazing.
He literally said on camera that he had to be respectful while finalizing because he didn't want to cheat. He was trying to do things the right way, and the whole internet saw him do it. Jeannie, meanwhile, was out here posting about her most fulfilling love story with a man who was allegedly cheating with her nanny. The contrast is brutal. What's crazy is that this isn't happening in isolation. This is a pattern. Freddie Ortiz, he's happily married now to a woman who's publicly defending him and calling out Jeannie's behavior. Jeezy, he's with Nia Long, an icon. Anderson, he's distancing himself and already pivoting the narrative. And Jeannie's standing in the middle of all of it, watching her exes thrive while she's getting torn apart. Anderson's team even made a point of that. They painted a picture where all of Jeannie's exes are doing fine, which can only mean one thing. Jeannie is the problem. That's the narrative Anderson's team pushed. And it's a narrative that sticks because there's just enough truth in it to make people question everything. Did Jeezy really file for divorce because of Jeannie? Or did he file because he'd already connected with Nia and was ready to move on? Did Freddie really leave because of racism? Or was he just done? Did Anderson really dump her because of old comments? Or did he get caught cheating and panic? We don't know, and that's the point. The narrative is now so muddled that Jeannie can't win. Here's what really happened, and here's what's going to haunt Jeannie. She was so focused on controlling the optics of her life that she didn't realize her life was falling apart in real time. While she was soft launching Anderson, her marriage to Jeezy was already over, and he was already building something real with someone else. While she was performing the role of a woman in love, she was actually a woman being cheated on by someone she brought into her home. While she was trying to paint herself as the victim of racism accusations, her own employees were testifying against her character. And while she was trying to recover from all of that, her ex-husband was confirming a relationship with a woman the entire industry respects. The timing, the optics, the way it all unraveled, it's devastating. Because Jeannie Mai didn't just lose a relationship, she lost control of her narrative. And in 2024, that's worse than losing the man. And that's the thing that's breaking her down. Not the breakup, not the accusations, not even the cheating. It's the fact that Jeezy found something real with someone incredible, and Jeannie has to watch it happen while her own life is imploding. That's a reality check no amount of social media posting can fix.